My name is Lori, and I work for the Warren County Public Library, and welcome to Chair Yoga. Remember that when you are doing yoga, you're doing it as a practice of self-love, so don't do anything that hurts you. Um, Make sure you're wearing comfortable clothes and that you got a nice chair, and let's go. So, first things first is sitting in our yoga seat, and so we want to make sure we're sitting in the back of the chair with our back straight. Our shoulders are broad. Our shoulders are broad. Our chest is open and the shoulders are down. Your head should be level over your collarbones, right in the middle, right? So, like, imagine there's a line going through your body, straight, and there's a string coming out. Someone lifts it, and you're just even straighter now. Yeah. And your feet can be a couple of inches apart. Feet flat on the floor. I recommend being barefooted. And your hands can be at the heart center, or you can do this, or you can do this, whatever is comfortable for you. We are going to do some deep breathing and sitting in our yoga seat and just checking in with our body. So if you'll remember, in deep breathing, you breathe in and you should feel your diaphragm go down as you fill up your lungs, and your tummy should stick out a little bit. And then wait a couple of seconds when you've done that, and then let it go. And you want your exhale to be a long, slow exhale. So this is controlled breathing. This is to help our body recognize that everything is okay and to not panic or get into fight or flight mode. We're trying to do the parasympathetic nervous system here and tell our body everything is okay. And then, so when you're checking in with your body, I recommend that you start either from your feet and work our way up to your head, or your head and work your way down to your feet. Check in with yourself and see if there's anything that's hurting, and give it a little bit of love. Okay, so let's do this for at least 4 or 5 deep breaths. Excellent. And we're going to keep doing this kind of breathing. You might not think about it, but you want to be doing your deep belly breath. Inhale, long, slow inhale, long, slow exhale. We don't breathe shallowly, so just small little short breaths that is only in your chest. No, no, we don't want to do that. We want to breathe slowly and deeply. So That's a belly breath. So now we're going to do some stretches. We're going to do some neck stretches. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn your head to the right, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, back to center and to the left. Back to center. One more time to the right. Back to center and to the left. And back to center. And now we're going to do some head circles. Go very slowly. Take your nose and make a circle. And you're going to turn your head very gently to the right. Big circle. And now to the left. All right. And now we're going to do a seated twist. So I want you to take your hand and put it on the outside of your right knee with your palm facing outward. And you take your other hand and hold on to the back of your chair wherever it's comfortable. And you're going to twist your spine. And we're going to the right. We'll do this for a couple of breaths and then do the left side. Deep, long inhale. Long exhale. Again. And turn back to center. And now we're going to the left. So put your hand on the outside of your left knee with the palm facing out. Your other hand holding on to the back of the chair where it feels comfortable. Turning to the side. We're going to take some deep calming breaths and long, slow exhales. Back to center. One more time to the right. Back to center. And to the left. Now we're going to do some stretches. So with both hands down, we're going to stretch to the right. You're not going to touch the floor or come even no, but try to go down as low as you can. And then back up. Other side. And then back to center. And turning to the side, getting into the front of your chair. You're not going to be sitting straight back. You're going to be on the edge of your chair and get into your yoga seat. So make sure your back is straight, shoulders are back and down. Your feet are a couple inches apart, feet on the floor. You've got that string that someone's pulling like you're a puppet. You just go up a little bit higher, all right? And we're going to do a single leg stretch. So I'm going to have to do this so you can see my foot. I hope you can see my foot. So take your right leg and extend it, and your heel is going to be on the ground and your toes are going to be pointing straight up, and then we're going to point them out. So up and out. So up, out, up, out, up, out. Back to center. Put your other leg out, your left one, toes up and down, up, down, up, down, and back. Now we're going to do a seated forward bend. So staying in the same place and keeping your back straight, you're going to bend from the hips and try as much as you can to put your belly in your lap. You might not be able to go down as far as I can, and that's okay. Go where you can and stop there. Eventually, you'll want to be able to put your hands on the floor by your feet. And up and down one more time. Remember to breathe. Up, down, and back up. Now take your legs and we're going to have a wider stance. So this is a wide leg forward bend. And we're going to do the same move, except for we're going to do it between our legs. So down with our back straight, down to the ground if we can. Back up. Up. Back down. Up. And back down one more time. Okay. Now we're going to do the tree pose. So if you can remember, what we did was we used our chair as a support so that if you feel like you're going to lose your balance, it helps steady you. If you need to use like a bed or a wall to steady yourself, that's okay too. So we're going to put our foot right above our ankle. So it's going to be between our calf and ankle, right? And just stay there. When you can, raise your arms overhead. And eventually, you should be able to move away from the chair. Let me do this. And breathe. Remember, what makes yoga different from other exercises is that it's very meditative. So we're doing slow exercises and we're conscious of our breathing. At least the original yoga. There's lots of different yogas now. There's kinds that you go into a heated room and sweat. And there's vinyasa yoga where you're moving constantly. You're going from one pose to the other really fast. I prefer the long, slow. So now we're going to the other side. It's good to practice your balance postures. And as it gets easier, you can lift your leg up higher. And eventually, you can get it up to your groin. But not right now for me. So this tree, and we're just going to use our chair to stabilize us so that we can do the pose. We're using it as a prop. Eventually you can get away from it, but that doesn't have to be right now. It doesn't have to be today. It doesn't even have to be tomorrow. Just keep practicing. And you can bring your hands to the heart center. And this is a little bit harder. When our hands are up, we're better able to balance. Let me see what I can do here. Maybe not. Another thing I noticed is that one day I do the posture just right, and the next day it's like, oh, I can't really do this. So don't be surprised by that. And also, it's hard to balance when you're talking. Ugh. All right. So go back to sitting back in your seat, legs a couple inches apart, back in our yoga seat. And we're going to do arm circles. So pull your arms out. Let's start making small circles. And gradually the circles get bigger. And bigger. And bigger still. And now let's go and make them a little bit smaller again. Not all the way tiny, we're going backwards now. Back to the small circles. Arms down. Take a deep breath. And now let's do the same thing, but we're going in the opposite direction. Small circles. They gradually get bigger. And bigger. And now back to those medium circles. We're going back the other way. And hands down. Big deep breath and let it out. This pose is child in a chair. So you take your elbows and put them on your knees. Make sure your back is straight. You're bending from the waist or the hips. And then you take your hands and you make a little saddle, cover your eyes, and a place to put your head. And then relax and breathe. Just let yourself go. So stay in child as long as you need. Or if you're done with that, just sit up straight and continue to do deep breathing. Only now I want you to imagine that each breath that comes in is bringing in energy and love. And every time you exhale, stress is being released. And just keep doing that for a while, as long as you need to. Okay. So, um, yoga is very good for stress relief, and a lot of what we do with the breathing is to help our body calm down. Plus, we're doing the stretching and the moving, so that's helping to strengthen muscles and also range of motion, moving your joints. All of this is really beneficial to your body. We live in very stressful times, and so many people are stressed out from all the stuff that's been happening for the past year. Um, I want to remember in India, they're having a hard time right now, and I hope that they can get some vaccines because there's a lot of people dying over there, and that makes my heart sad. So think of them too, and also be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for what you have is the best medicine for yourself and to relieve your stress. If you can be grateful, if you can remember, I have clean air to breathe, I have clean water to drink. Um, there's no wild animals chasing me and trying to kill me and eat me for dinner. I have a house, I have a car, whatever you have, whatever your case may be, remember to be grateful. So I want to thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next week. And so for now, take care